taught us all that water is a human right and everyone should have access to it. She taught us all that selling water for a profit like Nestle was bad, very bad. It was the biggest crime against humanity. She also reminded us every day that water is a living thing. It should be protected for 7 generations ahead. And she always encouraged the youth, my brothers, my siblings, a lot, that we can be the leaders of today. And we will carry on living her legacy for her.
This is the People's Water Board Coalition Water Wednesday webcast for February 15th, 2023.
I was wondering what the difference is.
Welcome, 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 beloved community. We are back again with a very special installment of the People's Water Board Coalition's Water Wednesdays webcast. I am so honored to be here again, meeting with you, along with my co-host, Valerie Jean Blakely. Can't forget our behind-the-scenes tech guy, Lou Novak. And today, people, we're going to try to keep a dry eye, but we are here today to honor someone who has gone on in transition to be with the ancestors, but still guides us and keeps an eye over us. She is or was a powerhouse, a mentor, a warrior, a civil rights activist, a loving person, a caring person when it comes to her community. She uplifted everyone that she touched. And I was so honored to have her grace my life for the time period I was able to be in her presence. We honor today and have this tribute to Miss Lila Cabbil, also known as Mama Lila. Most of our activist world know who Mama Lila is. And it's a short show, so I'm going to just pass it right over to Valerie Jean, and we're going to get into it.
You know, well, first, let me give everybody a warning. The weather's really, really windy over here. So if we go in and out, it is the weather over here, and we're doing the best that we can. Please excuse us if that happens. I got myself out a really good cry this morning, so I'm intending on making it through this. Mama Lila certainly changed every life that she came in contact with, and she wanted us to, she compelled us, inspired us every day to get up and fight for the rights of all people. And certainly she was a stout, astute water warrior from Detroit that and anti-racism teacher, like just all the way around. She taught us so much, and she brought so much into the room, and she would challenge you. She was one of those people who would definitely challenge you and your thought process. She'd make you think about the things that you were saying.
So much from her. And one of the things I've always kept at the forefront of my work since I've met Mama Lila and continued through this work is that you have to put directly impacted people at the forefront, that the lived experience has to be told by the people who are living it, you know, and I try to I bring that into every circle, every space that I'm in. So I carry a piece of her with me every day in everything that I do, because I remember that her drilling that into us, and like you said, she did challenge you, and she was not afraid to speak her mind. No. And that's something that I've learned to do myself, and I've admired her for so long for doing that, because she never cared who you were. You could be the president of the United States. She was going to speak her mind to you, and she was going to let you know that whatever you're doing, you have to have directly impacted people at the forefront. They should be leading the fight because they know what they need. They know what's going on in their communities. And I keep that with me every day in everything that I do.
The other thing was children. Children had to be at the forefront of the leadership. of things. I remember a reporter questioning her after she had organized the Children's March. I'll show some of those
Yes.
pictures throughout on our social media today. But she organized the Children's March, and I remember a reporter challenging her, saying something to the effect of, you know, there's only children in this march. And she said, yeah,
It's
they're
a
the leaders
children's
of this time. She
march.
was like, you know, he really felt like we should have been mobilizing maybe, or just got as many people or whatever. And she said, no, this is what people need to see. They need to see the children who don't have water. They need to see the impacted children
Absolutely.
who are going to lead us, right? Who are going to lead us in these times. And we're going to keep them in the forefront of it. She always had a youth component in everything.
She was
that she
adamant
organized.
on that.
Always.
She was adamant on that.
Adamant on
And
it.
I
All
know
those
that
World Water Day, like skits
yes,
with the children. Her and Jen Teed got together and organized those things and planned them.
I
It was very, very
remember.
important to her.
I remember, because definitely I can say she touched the lives of so many children, but our families, particularly because we always have our children there, have been impacted so much by Mama Lila and the work that she did, and the fact that it wasn't just that she made sure that kids were at the forefront, but she actually listened to what they were
To what they
saying,
wanted
and she
and what they
actually,
felt.
to what they wanted and their ideas, and she wouldn't let anybody discourage them from doing what they felt they needed to do to speak their mind about the issue. She never tried to, change the dynamic of it. It was like, this is what they want to say, and they're going to say it, and you're going to listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She always put their work and their thoughts in the forefront of everything that she did, and it meant a lot to certainly my children. The opening video,
mine as well.
Like the opening video pretty much sums up how Lila mentored and organized with children. It was really,
she did.
It really sums it up. That beautiful legacy.
I know my youngest daughter was so afraid. Kaylani was so afraid to speak in front of people. And Mama Lila got her to conquer that fear of speaking in front of people. You couldn't say
Mama
no
Lila
to
was
her
not having
at all.
She was gonna make you write up a speech, and you were gonna talk on it. And the other thing about her is she would ask you to talk in like 2 seconds before it's time.
Right. She would call you like it's a meeting at 2:00, and you're like, Mama Lila, it's 1:30. She was like, but I need you to speak.
I need you to talk. It's she was famous for that. The other thing she was famous for would be emailing us at 3:00 in the morning, because she'd be up and organizing, and she'd email us at 3:00 in the morning to it'd be, are you awake? No, Mama Lila, I'm not awake. She was famous for that. You
gotta be awake for that.
Yeah. No, of course. They always get out.
And I remember she wanted my own participated to get out. It was
Oh, you're breaking up, Nicole. Doggone it. Sorry to our viewers. The weather's not great right now. Doggone it. We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you, Nicole. You can't hear us. Sorry to our, can you hear me now, Nicole? We couldn't hear you. Am I frozen too? Okay, well, Lou, can we skip to the video then? To all of our listeners, we're going to play a video.
It was Tisha's first time voting, and it was so hilarious because she was like, I really don't. And I think like she had such a way of empowering people that even.
So my goal today is to go through the whole template. Many of us are excited to be part of this. A lot of times, if I spend some focus again and become
is that in order to take action, you have to take action. You can't survive as a spectator.
But the three surgeons here, I'm gonna do them alphabetically.
Okay, Nicole, you couldn't hear me and I couldn't hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you have froze for a minute, but we already explained it there. The weather could, permit
We were
some
having
technical
technical
difficulties to
difficulties there.
occur. Yeah.
I hope that people were able to hear and see that video. I'll post it in I'll post that whole video in the comments section down below for anybody who couldn't hear it. But that was a video of Lila really telling us what it is to be an activist. It was in 2014 at the Martin Luther King Day rally at Central United Methodist Church. And she really called people to action that day. And she talks about what it is to be an activist. And she said, it's not a spectator sport. It's something you have to get up, you have to do, and you have to take action, especially when your whole community, your whole city is, at risk of things like having their water shut off or dealing with horrific, systematic racism on a daily basis. Like we're facing now and have been, right? She really had a way of compelling you to do the work and why it was important. So yeah, hopefully I don't know what I feel like we missed a lot with what you were saying, but I found this quote and I wanted to, can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
So this was in 2017 and we already said that she would tell you, right? This is a quote from Mama Lila in 2017. There's no shortage of practical solutions to Detroit's water problem. But to tackle the problem, we must first see it for the abomination that it is. We must remember that water is not just another commodity. Water is life. And that was the life that she lived. And she always put water first.
That's it in a nutshell. Water is life. You can't get any more truer than that.
Mm-hmm. And I've quoted her many times on our show for saying, that water, the commodification of water, bottling water and selling water, it's just the biggest crime humanity's ever had. It's ever done. It's the worst thing that we could have ever done to ourselves and the planet. She was adamant about that. Nicole, I know that you put together a tribute for Mama Lila. Do you want to? I know that you put together a tribute for Mama Lila. Do you want to read it?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, and I hope everybody bears with me because this is just it's not just a tribute, but it was personal. So Mama Lila Cabbil, or Mama Lila, as she was known by most, whose path she graced, was the epitome of kindness, a loving person personified. She was also a water warrior extraordinaire. She improved all of those whose lives she entered. She helped found both the People's Water Board Coalition, the Detroit People's Platform, and the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute, fighting for civil rights. She was a close friend and confidant of Miss Parks herself as well. Mama Lila was a true activist fighting against racism and water privilege in Detroit. So Mama Lila, she's been called many things. I've heard people call her a champion of humanity, of course, the aforementioned water warrior. But Mama Lila taught the community and activists so much about racism, about accountability, and about water being a human right. She also
would make
taught
you unpack your racism right there in the room if you showed
absolutely.
up on some bullshit. Mama Lila would make you unpack your thoughts right there. She would challenge you. You'd still be allowed at the table, but you'd have to unpack them.
You definitely would. She will call you out in a minute with no issue whatsoever.
Yeah.
She also was a true activist. She also taught us to enjoy our work too.
She did.
Through the founding of the Flowtown Review. So we had fun doing the work, singing songs about water issues. It livened up the moment and made it more than just a dire task that we were fighting against. It. So she was very integral in that. And to me, and I know many, many more, Mama Lila was more than everything that I mentioned. She was a mentor, a
Yeah,
teacher, a leader, and a surrogate mother.
that's right.
She guided us when the war on our communities was waged, and she chided us when we needed it. Her legacy stands strong with us and continues to lead us in the fight for racial and water equity. One of the famous quotes from her was, "We need to go from a dialogue to action. When we do not take our conversations to action, it is just an idle conversation." Thank you.
Thank you for putting that together. She was all of that and so much more to
She
all of us.
was. She was.
Um,
And she is sorely, sorely missed.
sorely missed. Um, we're called to this moment. She calls us in this moment
Yes.
where it doesn't matter where you are on the planet. There's a water struggle and a fight that people are waging.
It's global.
This is our this is Mama Lila's call to action for all of us. She calls all of us in this moment to find that water fight and get into it, to organize together, to look out for each other, to take care of each other.
Yes.
But you can go anywhere on the planet and find a water fight, get into it. There's a lot of organizations here in Detroit. You know,
And
certainly you can hook up with.
There's a way
Yeah,
for all of us to get involved. Everything may not be protesting, but even if you're just making phone calls, it's a way for everyone to get involved.
there's a comfortable way for everybody to do things. And
Absolutely.
we're all needed. My friend Lisa said that it takes all fingers of the fist, right?
Yes.
For us to fight together. And so that's Mama Lila's call to action. It's always been her call to action to to fight for the water and struggle together, and so that nobody ever feels alone. She was amazing at that, and I really appreciate that. Oh,
It's
we're
okay.
I know. I'm sorry. Um,
No, 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 no. You don't be sorry. Just going through this whole episode makes you realize how much we miss Mama Lila.
how important her
Like
work is to us,
I
and how
truly
important her
understand now
mentorship
what
is.
it means. Yeah, I truly understand now what it means when people say that there are people that are irreplaceable.
That's right.
She's irreplaceable.
That's right. So I'm going to close up. We're going to close up, and thank you for everybody that tuned in, and felt this emotion with us, and went through this with us. We love and appreciate every one of you that have tuned in for the last 3 years and tune in today. We appreciate you. This next video that we're going to play is Twana Petty. She read a poem at Mama Lila's memorial. And it kind of embodies everything that we do on a daily basis, and everything that she taught us to be and mentored us to be. So I'm going to close this up. I'm going to leave a bunch of links in the comments for you all to go check out different news stories and videos and things of Mama Lila. You can go down this this journey with us together and read those and learn from her too. So we're going to cue that video in just a moment. I want everybody to know that you are loved, to take care of each other, to look out for each other, and try to stay afloat. Stay tuned for this video. Don't leave yet.
All around. One time you screw on the floor. Yeah, similar to like area.
the road is tough on county right and then on the line, you know, there's this stock, the women stock for their families. And then, so, she can actually they started in her analogy and thinking, if he felt that you needed practice, and I'm thinking that it's pretty tremendous, the ownership
So if you wash your hair Wednesday night, you don't have to wash it on the weekend as well.
when I look at the audience, many of that, I did that for party. She would be like, and even if she come over to me, someone's like, it's really good.
So much.
Not only will she be there, and not only will she see
When it
there,
comes to outside and surgery, I don't want to be on Friday.
they got some little whatever.
Those clothes are gonna be the clothes you know,
People see,
right? So sweatpants, t-shirt, sweatpants,
everything. And I know that
okay?
she
They've
is
seen me here,
for more.
you know, come through, on the beginning one, you'll bring your coach with you. People always say, how many people can I bring? I'm like, I don't think you want to bring. I would just bring you two. Your whole family wants to come together. So that's the area, the post op area, and that's what we're doing. We can
From
string
the
out.
city where the water is gone.
You can bring your driving license.
Those where they in the dark.
We're not gonna ask you for it.
They thought they had water, but they did not know. Now we can come together. Who would have thought
Bring it.
a witness
You
herself
don't know what that is. You don't know
lived violently and now her tight was upon her lips. She fixed her face to tell me she wasn't so. That a baby was 30 days away from being ripped from her custody. I watched the section in her tears. She was lying to me about water, fitting to keep her baby near. She didn't need the water. And I wanted to heal her, but I used to. Really hanging on. She could. Yeah. That's not a bag for water. I didn't want it. I'm it amongst their network. I wonder if we should
also go out of medical center as well. You'll probably see a physician assistant, a PA. You may have met them in the clinic, but they also work in the operating room and the recovery area. Registered nurses, you will see them on the day of surgery with young very young. Those nurses do not wear the heavy blue. They wear the same color stripes as the surgeon.
They thought they had ordered, but they didn't. Now I am home, your friends.
POAs are like getting breath to help them